Hey everyone, it's Andrew again, and this is going to be the first of a couple of different bail tutorials. On this pendant I'm working with this black obsidian carving. It's a little hard to see on the camera, but if I bring the light down a bit closer, it's just a little difficult to see. But on this piece I'm going to be doing a double hidden bail. And so basically the bail will be coming off of the back here and going down to connect down at this point on the pendant. So we will get started with that. Today I'm using 20 gauge square wire half hard for these bails. I'm doing two just because this is a slightly wider piece and I feel like one it would probably sit a little weird, and so if I do two, the pendant will sit a bit more like I want it to. Especially because the bottom's a bit uneven here, like it's going to be a bit heavier on this side. So if I put only one, it might lean to the side a little bit. So first, I'm going to cut off enough of a length to cover the back, because these are also going to go down to the back and be bars for connections on the back. Then also enough for the bail itself. Should be about enough. This is a large pendant. That was a little over 6 inches. This pendant is going to be about 3 inches tall. So we're going to be cutting off 4 of these. You only need 2 per bail. So since we're doing 2, go through a lot of silver. I have to order more silver again here soon. I'm just like always ordering from Rio Grande. I just got 2 packages in today and I'm going to have to make another order. So clearly this frame needs to be back just a little bit off of whatever details you have going on up here. Just because you're going to have to feed your wires through here. And kind of gauging on the back, I want my bails to set here. And then also just about here. And so I'm going to start feeding these through. And connecting them to the top up here. Do that again. I'm leaving them a little loose so that way I can adjust as need be. I mean, it's sitting pretty much right where I want it, but I think I want that one. Oh, and just a bit more. Actually, that's not a bad idea right there. Move it a bit closer that way. We got our end wanting to come through right there. Just twist that around and tighten it up. Okay. So then at this point, I like to wrap my round wire around my base wires for the first one, if I'm doing a double one, and then fold it back just because it makes it easier to not have to bump into the other bail. And so I'm going to be using 24 gauge round over these squares. I'm going to need a decent length of it. I'm going to pull off probably about 10 to 12 inches just because I'm going to be wrapping it around this pretty tightly. I'm going to feed this around this center wire back here. Okay, and then just bringing that wire straight across over from your tie down point. You're going to bring it just over and under, and then over and under, and over and under, until you get a good length down this bail. I like to keep my pendant bales able to hold, I don't know, probably about like a 3 millimeter chain. You know, I have some pendants that can only do about a 2 millimeter. It's another thing to be aware of when you're making your bales is like, you know, one, how big is the pendant? You know, you don't want a super large bail on a tiny pendant, you know. No one's going to be wearing a tiny pendant on like a giant, you know, 4 millimeter chain. Whereas something bigger like this, you know, someone might want to put that on a bigger chain. So this bail is going to be at least able to do about a 4 millimeter. I've had to do custom pendants where the client requested that it sits on a 6 millimeter chain. Those are always fun just because it's so big. It's like absolutely ridiculous. I mean, I get it, but wow, 6 millimeter chain, that's crazy. Go ahead and flatten your wires here. Kind of just keeps things a bit more uniform. Now, the reason this is called a hidden bail is because it might be a little bit visible up there, but basically it bends back and it's not really part of the design of the pendant. It's a hidden bail. It's, you know, it's back here, and so you can't really see it. It's honestly probably more than 4 millimeter. Wires falling everywhere over here. I don't know, it's definitely a bit more than 4 millimeter. That's alright though. It'll bend in a little bit. And so now we have to decide where we want to bring our tie down points. This other side is going to come over, like I said, and be a bar. And so I'm going to bring that over and just kind of follow along the outer edge of my pendant here. Not exactly the outer edge, but it just kind of follows along in this open space here between whatever stone I have going on and, you know, the outer part of the frame, so that way my wires can come through. Looks like it'll fit through here pretty well. So we're going to feed that through. Right there. And then there's a couple ways you can attach these. You can tie them just straight down to the frame. Sometimes you have to get a little creative and just bring that through and attach it to itself here. Just make sure you wrap it around a good couple of times. To bring this down into the center here. Just kind of keep things open. And that also hooks back the bail into the pendant there. So that way it's nice and good and stable right there, you know. Like I said, this is going to be one of a couple of different bail videos, since there's a couple of different ways you can do them too. So now, just like that, I'm going to repeat this process onto this other side. So I've attached my other two 20 gauge square wires, and then I've also wrapped my 24 gauge round around those two as well. And so when you bend them back, you want to make sure that you bend them, you know, so they're even. You know, if you've got one larger than the other, it's going to sit weird. If you've got one higher than the other, the pendant's going to sit weird, you know. So wherever your line is on your two bales is how your pendant is going to sit. That's another reason I like doing the two bales on kind of awkwardly shaped pieces like this, because it just kind of helps them sit a bit more flat. a bit more how you want them to. And so we're just going to bend our other bar here. It's going to be a bit shorter just because we don't have as much space to cover on this side. I'm going to send it through right here, actually, yeah. Didn't think there was enough space there at first. It definitely is. That's why it's kind of hard for me to do a tutorial for a whole piece, because each piece is kind of, you know, individualized and unique, so they're all kind of an evolution on their own. But I am going to be doing a tutorial for like a mini pendant, and then also a medium-sized pendant, and one of my capped designs as well. So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this bail and also how to create a bar from a bail video. And at some point, let me know if you want me to show you guys how to do these tube settings too. I'm going to have to do some solder videos before we do that. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this, and please let me know your thoughts, and have a wonderful day.